Loud and Chew It.
And we are
Bedlam!
And today we're going to talk about how I went about preparing No Wonder Is Suppose, which is a music video that's coming out next week.
Voulez ouïr chanson composée et nouvelle des garçons des faubourgs qui aiment bien à boire. Dralin, dralin, dan, 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 dralin, dralin, dan, dan, dan.
We thought it would be cool if you guys saw how Kayleen learns her music.
It's another anonymous tune. So,
Scottish. Yeah.
Yep, Scottish. So here we go. This is No Wonder Is Suppose. All right. So whenever I first look at a piece, I read through the text without listening to it at all because I want to see if it's something that I think that I can sell, that I can. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, like
a message that I
to.
think I can relate to, or try and make convincing anyway. So I really liked the poetry. No wonder is suppose my weeping eye be blinded with the rainy cloud of woe.
We'll put the score below too, so you can follow
Not
along.
the score.
Oh, right, we can't. Another one of those.
Here's a text.
Okay, we'll have it below. There.
And with the sword of sharp adversity, my doleful heart be parted clean in two. So really dramatic and heavy text to start with. So, oh man, when I'm first looking through a piece, flipping through the book, I look at the text, and then if I like the text, I'm always sitting at the piano. So set the score up on the piano, and I'll usually start by actually trying to just read it through with the text, so I can hear how the text setting fits, see if there's anything awkward that I might have to deal with, and then if I still like the piece, I'll just start by playing the melody. I have found for myself that the best way to make sure that I'm not doing any weird technical things is to actually have the melody in my mind before I start to apply the text and really start to practice it vocally. Because a lot of times if I'm sight singing and trying to add the text and trying to add the dynamics and the colors that I want, I might use a technique that is compromised, and that then I can't keep up for actual performances.
Maybe so how do you deal with the harmonies though? Because usually I send you stuff with lute tab. You can read lute tab?
I cannot read lute tab. So,
6 years we've been a duo. No, I'm sorry.
Nope, can't do it. So actually a lot of the scores are available in facsimiles, or I can at least find the bass line somewhere. Maybe figure bass. For this one, there was a keyboard.
Oh yeah, because
part.
What other source do you have?
Well, I usually go to Sarge Gerbo's website.
Or you ask your lute partner to write out a bass line or put it into MuseScore so you have something to look at.
Or I do that.
Yeah, or you do that. Yeah.
Thanks, Lovis.
Yeah, sorry. Just pointing that out. I thought people might be interested. Singers might be like, well, wait a minute, there's that lute tablature. How do you know what's going on in the other part?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's
true. And then also, sometimes I'm just like, I don't know how this goes, so can we just get together and I can hear how it goes?
And she'll pick some crazy tempo and she'll be like, oh, here's the tempo. Actually, in this last concert,
yes.
We did some frotole and some early Italian songs. And,
I had just been looking at the bass line, not really paying attention to all of the figurations.
Yeah, so she was like, let's do this tempo. And I was like, okay, all right, let's do it.
It was much faster.
Much faster than I had predicted, but it ended up being a blast. I think it was my favorite piece to play on the concert. So, yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it's a good piece. All right, after sight reading it, seeing the problems, then I'll go back, get the melody in my mind, and then, okay, these are all ideal situations. So, of course, there are times when I don't have time to do all of these things and I have to just make something happen really, really quickly. But ideally, I'll get the melody in my mind and then I'll sing it through on some kind of neutral syllable just to make sure that the vocal production is really easy. Make sure I'm not doing weird things with vowels. Then you can add the vowels that are actually there, which is really helpful because if you're using original pronunciation, the vowels are not, they won't be familiar. They won't be the familiar vowels that we might use in our Italian art songs, for example, or even in our English art songs. Just within this first phrase, no wonder is suppose my weeping eye. How the heck do you sing eye? and so you'll discover that, of course, everything has to be more open. No wonder is suppose my weeping eye. Then, with the melody, and then you can go back and add all of the text in. Yes. Yeah. However, I forgot to mention there's a step before you do that.
Well, we're called Bedlam. We're not known for our organizational skills, so if you're going to complain about that in the comments, I think you're barking up the wrong tree.
I'll try to read through the text and make sure that I know where all of the stresses fall, where the important words are that I want to bring out, and then you can sing it with the.
Anything about punctuation?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, well, that's part of when you read through it. You want to try and see where the phrase is actually supposed to carry through, because even if you have a rest, you have to pay attention that sometimes you have a rest, but the thought is continuing. Like the very opening thing. No one dead is suppose my weeping eye. Rest. Be blinded with a rainy cloud of woe.
Yeah.
If you take a breath and you drop the focus, then
it feels a little disconnected.
Yeah, disconnected. And I'm sure there are times that I've done that, and I'll go back and watch videos and I'll be like, oh.
It's a learning process.
But it happens. It happens. So then, of course, when you go to deliver that, you'll want to say, no wonder is suppose my weeping eye be blinded with the rainy cloud of woe, so that the phrase continues. The idea continues. And then, of course, if you have any kind of punctuation, there should be a little lift or a pause or a breath or a break somehow to show that we are acknowledging that punctuation.
Yeah, I think that's... And lute players need to pay attention to the punctuation as well, and the articulation the singer is making with everything they're doing, and try to match that, as we've talked in previous videos, with the way we arpeggiate chords. We can cut things off. We can do all sorts of things to support what the singer is doing. And a lot of that is less about having a bag of 5 tricks that you pull out, and more about, well, in the moment, what is she doing? What is he doing? You need to be reactive and you need to be ready to go. And I think that is a lot more exciting than having everything perfectly planned out, or thinking you have everything perfectly planned out.
Yeah, and so that video is gonna be out.
Oh, no wonder is suppose. Yeah, is next week.
Next week, and you can hear all the different things that Loudon does. I mean, there are three verses in this piece, and if you listen to what he's doing. Wait, is it 3?
It's 2.
It's 2. It's 2 pieces.
It's 2 verses. Yeah, it's all right.
I'm doing great. You'll notice that the second time through is not the same as the first, because, of course, he's paying attention to the text. And
yeah, and we'll do a future video on how I prepare, both for maybe solo pieces and also for lute songs, because they're a little bit different. I do things a little differently depending on whether it's accompanying and whether it's I get to be the divo, and I'm front and center with the solos. So, is that anything else you want to say about it, or?
I suppose partner is playing, you probably should shut up. So
You mean my intro where I'm playing and in concert you've almost accidentally started singing right at the beginning a couple times? Yeah, I don't think it's ever happened. I don't think you've ever actually started
it
singing.
hasn't ever happened in performance that I can remember right now. But there have been like dress rehearsals where I forget that he has an interlude and I'll
be
jump
like,
all over it.
And then she'll just start right on that chord. And I'm like, that's not the plan. So always good to write things in, like, hey, don't sing for a little while.
I wrote at the beginning of this one, intro. Well, I won't say what I actually wrote, but it's like, there's an intro, you idiot.
And usually that works, and we've never had a problem after that. So I think, yeah, cool. All right. Well, like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.